Abandoned USSR by Terence Abela, published by John Bliss, and this is a photographic record of the author come photographer's trips that were taken in the 2010s, and there were several trips, that recorded the images that he came across. Some he had easy access to, others he had to be more constructive in his entry methods. But it's a very interesting overview of what it meant to be in the USSR, which of course has long been dissolved. And we look at the different countries, the different cultures, and really what it meant to be part of this conglomerate, this unity of nations, some of whom were subsumed. It's a very interesting period of history for sure. He starts out in Russia, and there we see a series of photographs of decayed buildings. There are images of Orthodox churches, because remember, during the USSR time it was forbidden to practice religion, so a lot of them were reinvented, redesignated to become cultural institutions. Some were just left to decay. And a lot of the images you see are sort of didactic, they're quite sort of square, dumpy, with a focus on the value of the worker and on military discipline and heroes, and very, very kind of stark, I guess. He then moves on to Ukraine, which of course is a very poignant recollection. He last went in 2020, so before Russia invaded Ukraine, and he already comments on some of the buildings and some of the things he sees, you know, that they will crumble if somebody doesn't do something about them. And of course I imagine now, with the destruction that is seen every day by the Russians in Ukraine, you can imagine that some of these places that he visited perhaps are no longer there. I am recently returned from Latvia, so I was really interested to see what images represented that country. I then went on to Lithuania. That's not featured in the book, perhaps he didn't go there, and then he goes on to look at some of the smaller countries and what it meant to be part of the USSR umbrella, for better, for worse, many times, and you get a real sense of how derelict some of these places are. And there's beautiful stained glass still in situ. For example, he goes to Pripyat in the Ukraine, and he's got a photograph of Pripyat Cafe with beautiful, bright, vibrant colours in stained glass. But of course very few people can actually go to the former site of Chernobyl. So it's just interesting, the areas he explores, the places he sees. He's at the Baikonur space mission, and he has to spend 2 days there, missing the guards who were patrolling the area. So some of it he could just walk into, but a lot of the places, you know, he had to have quite some ingenuity to actually get in to photograph what he wanted to. He mentions the GDR. I'm very familiar and spend a lot of time in Berlin, and so I see on Karl Marx Allee all the Russian kind of signage that's on top of the buildings. There's a Russian monument. So you already get a sense, being in now what is the West, of the power of some of this artwork. I really enjoyed looking through this. I learnt quite a lot. I was fascinated to hear his story and see the images he had taken. There's a great level of great photography in the book, and it was lovely to kind of leaf through, read the captions, and understand a little bit more.